button. So anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. So we'll make that a good thing. I'm going to keep you unmuted for now. If you guys get really into your practice and you're screaming, I might mute you, but I think it's really important to let sound be part of your practice as well. So that's what I have. So many friends in this class. Thank you so much for coming. So those of you that came a little bit later, if you have 2 yoga mats, great. If you have 1, that'll work. If you have a blanket, great. Be willing to adjust the position of your love raft. When you get to the asana, you probably don't want to be stepping on blankets because they get slippery. So that's going to be my intro, 7-minute intro. I like that. Welcome to my spot in Seattle. Okie dokie. Okay, you can start in easy pose Sukhasana, then just close your eyes and take 3 breaths. Allow these breaths to help you land in your body, land in your breath. And from here, you can bring, let's bring your right foot up on your thigh. It's okay if you extend your leg or bend your leg. We're going to stimulate a little bit of chi in the bottom of the foot. So it's going to be 24 slaps. Breathe, receive. Now you thread the fingers through the toes. If you can't do that all the way, you can just do a couple of fingers through a couple of toes. If you can go all the way up into the webbing, bonus points for you. And you're going to make ankle circles. Your left hand can be squeezing on the ankle. You could sink a thumb into the middle of the calf. And you can also be moving your shoulder as this happens. Change the direction. Shoulder movement, ankle movement. Beautiful. Now you're going to use your thumbs on your Achilles tendon and just lean forward and back as you trace that line. There's many different names to the energetic lines in the body. You can think of this as line 3 or the back line, the yang line. In Chinese medicine, this is urinary bladder and kidney. And Thai massage has their own names. So it doesn't really matter the name of the path. It's just that you're traveling up and down. But I am going to mute it because y'all are getting really good at those slaps. So mute all. You are all muted and slap with enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Theos is theology, the study of God. So enthusiasm is bringing God into what you do. Just brought some God energy into the bottom of the foot. This is also kidney 1, bubbling springs. This is where chi enters the body. It's through the bottom of the foot. Thread the fingers. So you can, again, do a fixed point right on the ankle and squeeze with the hand. You can sink a thumb into the calf. Each leg is going to need different things. Shoulders invited to the party. Other direction. Line 3 with the thumbs. Leaning forward and back. Letting your shoulders be nice and soft. And your body weight is what delivers this gift through the thumbs. So it's not the hands squeezing, it's the thumbs sinking and the belly driving this whole game. Place the feet down, and then with your pinkies, you're gonna strike stomach 36. So this is a blood stimulator. It's called the 3-mile point in Chinese medicine. When the Chinese army would hike, if they get tired, they would do this for 10 minutes and they would walk 3 more miles. Hold. Feel the dichotomy between static and dynamic work. Rubbing up and down. Rolling the calf, side to side, rolling, 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 rolling. And then percussion, so using your fists. Use one hand, use the other, so you can find different ease of access to different parts of the calf with different hands. You can go with both. And one more time, that line 3. A different way to do the same journey down the same path. What I love about Chinese medicine is it's very specific. Different points related to different organs. What I like about Thai massage is it's very holistic. They don't give a shit about points. They just want you to massage every line with your palms, with your thumbs. Other leg. So being a generalist has purpose, rolling the calf out. Being a specialist has purpose. Knowing what medicine is going to help you is the art of being a human. So some people, if they get too mental, they block the chi, they block the spirit. Some hippies, if they get all spiritual, but they don't have a direction or clarity in their mind of what they're doing, it's not as potent. Line 3, last time with the line 3. So I'm just sinking my thumbs. And the same thing, leaning forward and back. Gravity is your most beautiful ally in the self-massage and in Thai massage. With that same leg, you can bring it down, Janu Shirshasana. So one leg is bent, one leg is straight. And you can play the palming game. You can have one hand back, one hand forward, and just let your body teach you what it needs. As you go slower, you'll feel more. You can also get some really beautiful traction on the ankle if you go at a little bit of a diagonal. So keep letting your body teach you how to be an amazing massage therapist. Okay, next game is we're gonna play with the calf. So we're gonna walk up line 1 with the thumbs and then walk down line 2. So what I wanna show you, I'm not doing it very well. Let's see, here we go. If this is line 1 with the thumb here, right by the shin, line 2 is 1 thumb distance away. So you could walk along the shin and then walk just 1 thumb distance away from the shin. I'll get better camera angles when I have a professional photographer at my classes. But for now, what teaches you is where is the shin bone. So I can walk along the shin bone and I'm collecting information. Like, wow, I had no idea there was so much energy stuck in this part of my body. Keep the shoulders relaxed, and this can be a side to side leaning. So learning how to pour your body weight forward and back, side to side, and eventually we'll play with circles. So now that you've gathered some information, what you can do is put the thumb underneath the palm so the thumb can stay soft and the palm brings the body weight down. And if you remember where those stuck areas were, you can retrace your steps. And it doesn't have to be that you use one thumb, you can use either, and you can play with different angles. I love the word play because you should be joyful, you should be present, and you should not know what's going to happen next. These are some of the definitions of the word play. Like you didn't know what was coming next was you're going to step with your foot now. So you can put your foot on top of your foot and you can come into a little bit of a monkey pose. Got to admit, Satoricito, Latinos are always a little late, right? Okay, so using the foot on the foot, and then you can, with your hand, lift up your leg and let your foot land. So what you're learning now is how to be sensitive with how you pour your body weight through your foot. And it's still by me leaning forward and back. You want to use different points. This is the softest in the middle. The ball of the foot's a little stronger and the heel's the strongest. So see if you can put the heel right in the middle of the calf. See what happens. Don't push it down, just let gravity sink. For most people, it's going to be too strong. So you have different tools just by making these little micro adjustments with how your feet and your hands are interacting with the rest of your body. Okay, second side, palming. So we can play with circles. So we went forward and back and side to side. You can go one palm. And I have to remind myself, slow down. There's no finish line when it comes to Thai massage. There's just all these consecutive present moments. So now we're going to walk with the thumb. So start at the ankle. Let the shoulders be soft. And imagine there's a freeway and your shin is the guardrail. So you're walking one conscious, dropped in thumb moment to the next. I just found some beautiful trapped energy. I call it potential energy. And I want to release it to kinetic energy. So I remember about midway through my shin, right by the bone, there's a gem. Now I'm going to walk down line 2. So now you shouldn't feel the shin bone. You should feel the calf. Oh my goodness. Some stagnation. Calves are overworked and underpaid parts of the body. So you're paying them for all the hard work they do. So I remember where that spot was. I'm going to go right there with the thumb and press with the palm. And as soon as I did it on the first side, I realized that my alignment wasn't ideal. So I tried it with the second thumb and that feels a little bit better. So body, yummy, perfect fit. Keep thumbing. Another Latino. Tamara, welcome. Satori, welcome. So we've done now palming, thumbing, stepping. So this sole to sole, you can really get up on it. So you can use the ball of the foot and perch on it like a little bird. You could even slide the feet a little bit to get some traction. You can also use the heel in the middle of the foot. So you're constantly adjusting how you're pouring body weight. And then you can lift up the foot and just let it come down softly. So my hand on the floor is part of my stability. My hand on my shin lifts up the foot and then just body weight. Keep allowing this curiosity of how can I move my body in the easiest way and how can I pour my body weight in just the right speed, in just the right places. Okie dokie. Bring a foot up into your thigh, and now you're going to play with your elbows. And it's not just me pushing my elbow down, it's me finding a contact point and then bringing my ribs right on top of my arm. There's no moment where I'm strong in my fists. There's no moment where I'm pushing away. I'm making a contact and I'm letting gravity do it. And you might feel that there's a really beautiful sensation under your foot on your thigh. So this is working the liver line. You might feel a really delicious sensation in the sole of your foot. You also could be getting elbow therapeutics. And the last thing you could get is ribs. So your whole body is an instrument for healing. There is not a place that is not a potential massage tool. Try the other side. So it really depends on what part of your body needs the healing. So for me, I've had some elbow injuries and pain for years. So right now I'm really thinking and feeling into where can I position my elbow and then pour body weight so that part of my body gets relief. And ideally, the more parts of your body that are stacking, the more healing you're creating in your body. Okay, next pose, you're gonna bend one knee, bring that leg behind you, and you're gonna let your elbow and your forearm come down on your thigh. So again, you wanna be laying your rib cage on your arm. You might find that you are massaging your ribs as much as you're massaging your inner thigh. And we're trying to be meticulous about going through the different lines of the body, and we're being curious as to what is lying underneath the skin. We can't see it, but we can feel it. Other side. I'm doing my best to not go fast, but I'm also not going so slow that we won't get through the class and give you a lot of ideas of different healing tools, because we all have different needs in our body. Okay, just watch this one for a moment. Clear my space a little bit for you so it's visually appealing. You're gonna play with palms down on the floor or palms up. You can also play with fists. This is the most advanced variation where your wrist is vertical. And basically you're gonna use these tools to massage your glutes and hips. So just watch for a moment. I'll start with palms down and I just roll over and I reposition. And I keep looking for something that feels good. Once I find something, then I can stay there for a moment. So go ahead and try playing with positioning your forearms, your palms.
Jason, can you show what the fist looks like?
So you can just go like this or like this. Here it's going to be safer because your radius and your ulna are flat. If you're going to go vertical, it's a stronger tool, but it also could be dangerous for your wrist. Okay, now you're gonna pick a side and you're gonna work on the IT band. So same tools, palm open, palm down, fists, wrists. Get a fixed point with your knees bent and then slowly extend your leg out. Oh my Jesus. Oh. I didn't know Jesus lived in my IT band. What are you doing there? Whew. So if you're not experiencing a significant amount of joy in your IT band, make an adjustment. If you're feeling too much joy, make an adjustment. Okay, one more position on that IT band on whatever leg you're working. I hope you guys get this because this is one of my most delicious discoveries recently. Other side. I'm gonna watch you all roll around and see what's going on out there. Slower, everything slower. You wanna be very slothy in how you're exploring your body. And you're learning how to scratch your own itch. Some people like a lot of stimulation, some people like it softer. So whatever person you are, keep allowing for that variability. Keep allowing for your body to be your massage teacher. Somehow, some way, you're gonna find your way to a child's pose and your palms are gonna be touching your neck. So a child's pose with the palms touching the neck for 3 breaths. Palms right here. Yep. So we just did a lot with the lower body. So now you can bring your attention to your hands. Bring your attention to your upper body, to your neck. And just breathe consciousness, space, awareness, love, rainbows, magic into that part of your body. Inhale and come up. Just come to an easy pose, Sukhasana, with the legs crossed. Keep the hands at C7, the neck, and you're going to do the taps. 24 of them. Maybe this is going to be more gentle than what you did on the bottom of the foot. And hold. Let the hands drip down the rib cage, down the belly, down the thighs, to the knee. Take your right hand and bring it under your armpit, and you're going to do the same slaps. And hold. Going from dynamic to static. Going from obvious to subtle. Trace the line along your collarbone. Pinky touches the ribs as you come down. Hand to the knee. Second side. And hold. Trace the line of the collarbone. Pinky blesses your Sushumna Nadi, your center channel. Hand to the knee. And then we'll go to percussion. So with the right hand, finding the trap and going down the arm. So you have a yang body. This is the outer edge of your arm, the top part of your arm. And you have your yin body. This is the softer belly of the forearm. Just listen to how strong and what parts of your body need to be stimulated. You can do the Tarzan mudra, all the way down. Hand on the knee, second side. So it's always variable how much energy you put into these percussion moves. Some days you want to be really sweet, and it's just like these little raindrops. Some days you want to be very strong and stimulate and wake up like a little shot of caffeine. And now we're going to play with taking your palm, placing it opposite side, and sinking the elbow down. So you already worked the elbow into the foot, so whatever you learned there, you can apply it to the hand. One of my favorite ones to do is drop in and then pull the other arm. So I'm tractioning all the fingers. Same game as you played before, the back side of my palm is massaging my thigh. And there's no part of me that is pushing. I'm just sinking. So that palm that you're working on, you can go to the wrist now and just say hello to the wrist. Squeezing, moving. And the forearm. So if you don't know what to do, squeezing, compression. Imagine that your tissue is like a sponge. So you're wringing the blood out and you're letting the blood flush back in. And then let's do a few circles with the arms, and you can make a claw with your hand and just find different fixed points. So thumb lands in a spot and I make a circle. Thumb lands in a new spot and I make a circle. Let your arm teach you how to be an arm massage therapist. I also like bringing my hand across, just getting a little bit of traction, a little bit of squeezing on the tricep. Okie dokie. So that's one hand down. I did the math. We have one more to go. Elbowing the palm. Palm resting on the thigh. And let your hand be lazy. So I'm not pushing down. I'm just letting my body weight be enough. You can be getting a bit of an abdominal massage, rib massage if you drop low enough. If you you like the traction the first time, you can try to pull the hand out from underneath the forearm. Yummy. You're looking for the yum. Saying hello to the wrist. So many different possibilities in how we move our body weight through our wrists. There are more bones in the hands and the feet than there are in the rest of the body. So you're learning how to bless each part of the body. Become fascinated with how it all works together. Squeezing between the two bones of the forearm, the radius and the ulna, is one of my favorite games. So I squeeze and extend. Same game with fixed point with circles or any other game that your arm is teaching you. You'll know you're doing it right when it feels delicious. Okay, shake your arms out, wave, shake, 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 shake. With one hand, give yourself a hug and hold on with your hand right alongside your neck. And from this fixed point, you can play with little circles. So you'll feel as the head comes towards the hand, it's like a little pillow that you can relax on. And when the head goes away from the hand, you feel the muscle getting long and tight. So you could say no with your head. You could say yes. You could do circles. Just feel how amazing it is to have a warm fixed point with your hand. Other side. So again, all the different ways you can move the head. Some will be more delicious than others. And there is a bit of strength in the hand. It's not completely soft. It's holding with firmness. And then you'll try with both hands. So this is a very tight hug, and your fingers are going to be just on either side of your vertebra. And from there, make little circles. These circles won't be big, they'll be slow. And you know the name of the game. You're looking for delicious. So what can you do? How can you explore to find it? And release. Go ahead and come into a hero pose. From the hero pose, just do some gentle wrist circles. Letting everything be soft, changing directions. So a lot of what we do in Thai massage is palming, so being able to address your wrist flexibility and health. So one thumb faces up, one thumb faces down. Come to prayer and switch. Come to prayer and switch. So this is like a dance move, yeah? So you got that dance move. Hold it in one place, one thumb up, one thumb down. One wrist stretch, the other wrist stretch. If it's too intense, make more distance between the palms so it's fingertip to fingertip. Here, 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 here. Quantum leap, change the thumbs. Change the thumbs. If this is tricky, it's designed that way. If it's delicious, it's because you're doing it right. Okay, you can do the wave. Other direction, arms out, eagle, and in eagle we're going to play with some range of motion. So one is elbows forward and then elbows back. Elbows forward and back. Then you can go hands up and down. Inhale up, exhale down. Then try to straighten the arms and bend them. Straighten and bend. Second side. Imagine that the fingers are like flames, flames go up. So as much as you can, use that stability and strength of the arms. We go elbows forward, shoulders back. Elbows forward, inhale, shoulders back. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Arms forward, arms back. Last one, forward and back. Release the arms. So now we've done a lot of upper body, we've done a lot of lower body. What's missing? Get in my belly. So circles from right to left, just getting you ready for breakfast, knowing that most of your vital organs live right here under your hands. Hold the thumbs in between the palms. Place the fists at your thighs. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, come forward into a child's pose. So you're going to have 3 breaths here, and it's up to you to decide how deeply you want to breathe. If you want more sensation, really breathe deeply, and this creates more space in the lower back. If this is super uncomfortable as it is, just be really soft with yourself. Allow for the variability of how much you're surrendering and how much you're exploring. Go ahead and come back up on an inhale. I'll show you the next one. The next one is to address the diaphragm. So the muscles underneath the rib cage is what helps you breathe. It's the driving force of your breath. So those of us that do a lot of breathing practices, a lot of times have tension. So just check this out. What I'm going to do, just like you did with the fists, but I want to have the fingers go up into underneath the rib cage. So once you find it, try to be still and try to breathe into it and be soft. So your fingers are going straight up underneath the rib cage. It should feel a bit weird. It's a technical term, weird. Inhale, come up. Last thing we do here is just compress the ribs. So take another deep breath, inflate everything. On the exhale, squeeze and push into the ribs, hollow body. Inhale, expand the diaphragm that you just worked on. And as you exhale, just give that compression, that hug, that sweetness. Last one, inhale and exhale. Come up onto your toes and your fingertips. Yep. So I'm currently calling this crouching tiger. I don't know if that's what I'll keep calling it. In a lot of the martial arts, the fingers are called the 10 dragons. So you want to put the 10 dragons into the floor. Look at your toes. So now you have 20 dragons. So all of your body weight right now is up on your fingers and toes. And this is just showing you so much of your potential in Thai massage. So if you want to do really good thumb work, having this tent and being able to sink through your thumbs. Let the knees come down, keep the feet flexed, and palm the thighs. So we didn't get to the top line of the thighs yet, so I had a big chart where I was writing out all the different parts of the body that I wanted to massage, and I just sprinkled them into the different asanas. Bring the hands into prayer. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, come off to one side and look the opposite way. Inhale, come back through center, second side. Back to center, wrist rolls. So imagine your wrists are a wheel and you're going to make circles 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other. This is the mudra of giving and receiving. Hands in prayer. From the prayer, come around to this lung mudra and just feel what it's like to place your hands on your lungs. Switch to the other side. For me, I feel protection, I feel safety, I feel nourishment. So these mudras have emotional qualities. Hands back to prayer. Open the hands up so you make a lotus and look down. And just think about all of the kind things that have happened to you. Think about all of the kind things that you want to bring forth into your day, into the people that you'll run into. Interlace the grip, bring the palms up, circle the ribs. I know your feet are there. I haven't forgotten about your feet. Other direction. Back bend at the top, and then release and put one ankle right on top of the foot and use the top of the foot or the ankle to massage the sole of the foot. Y'all see that? So it's a perfect fit, top of the ankle on the foot, and just sit back. If you had no hands, could you massage your feet with your shins and your ankle? So after holding that toe torture for a while, your desire to give really nice touch to your feet increases. Try the second foot. So for me, this part of the ankle right here is what fits perfectly on the sole of the foot. So keep looking for, how can I make this delicious? How can I make the body parts fit? Okay, and then just look over here for a second. I want to show you the difference between active and passive. Right now, my right leg is going to be passive. So I'm just going to put it underneath my left leg. And now my left leg is sitting down, left leg active, right leg passive. So that's one way. I could also use the shin of my right leg to sink down into my passive left leg. So in the next couple of minutes, you're going to play with using your foot, your ankle, your heel, your calf, underneath one of your legs. Oh, I wish I could hear some of your joyful noises as you're exploring this, because there's some juicy stuff in the leg lines. Another nice possibility is you can actually use your heel into your hamstring. You see that? So I'm up on the toe and I'm sitting my hamstring down. So it depends on where you have tension, what's going to be delicious. Change to the second leg. Probably my favorite one is ankle underneath the knee, and I just sit down. Ooh, Nelly. So as much as you're receiving the benefits of these poses, you're also teaching yourself how to become an amazing Thai massage therapist. You might not have ever used your shin as a massage tool, but it's very important to vary how you do massage. If you just use thumbs, you'll get tired after a half hour. So your whole body can be an instrument for offering intelligent body weight. Okie dokie. We are going to go to something else. Here we are. Palms up, curl the fingers in, and palms down. So after working the arms and the legs, we're going to start moving towards standing. The next poses, you're going to be amphibians. You're not going to be on the floor. You're not going to be standing. It's going to be between three poses. So you can come into a table. Table's pose 1. Step one of your feet forward. This is half table. And then swing your foot in and sit down, monkey pose. So then we'll deconstruct. Go back to half table. Go back to table. Go back to half table, other foot. Swing the back heel in, monkey pose. So now you can just play between those poses as you stretch your wrists, as you learn how big your circle of influence is when you give massage. So if I go too far out with my hands, I have to get really creative about how to pour weight. So you're massaging the floor, stretching the wrists. You can even play with some cat and cow. So the sequence is one part you're healing and one part teaching you how to offer healing to other people. Now we're going to go from amphibian to footed creatures, ragdoll pose. So feet apart, hold the elbows, relax the head, take a few breaths there. You can slowly come up to a Tadasana. Slowly is the operative word. No rush. Release the hands, separate the feet, and bounce. So bouncing is a good way to reset. You've done a lot of work already to open up the body, and now you're just letting these little vibrations to clear any of the debris, obstacles, stagnation. Beautiful. And then we can twist. So there should be a moment of water halfway through this twist where the arms are very relaxed. And then there's a moment of fire when the fists make contact. I'm about medium today with how strong I'm striking with the fists. You can always use your dimmer switch. Hips, hip circles. Keeping the feet soft, keeping the circles as big as your body wants them to be. Other direction. Keep becoming more and more fascinated with the little details of what happens as you move your body. Feet together, knee circles. So the knee circles are actually for the health of the ankles. Keep the feet soft so they can receive this gift of body weight pouring through all those little gems, all those little crystals. Other direction. Come back to stand. You're gonna toe, heel, your feet apart. Bend the knees. Take a deep breath and imagine there's bubbles landing in your hands to raise your hands up. And as you exhale, let the palms face the earth. Keep the knees bent and bring the weight forward and back until you find the middle of your foot. Close your eyes, 10 breaths. So this is called earth palm. And this is you tapping into the listening of your tissues. So the knees are bent, but imagine you're trying to stand up just a little bit. So you're activating the muscles enough to plug into the bone layer. Let your breath be super slow and expansive. Cultivate your gratitude for what you're connecting with right now. That could be your breath, could be your feet on the earth, could be the reality that we're connecting people from Brazil, from Europe, from America. Gravity is the therapist in this practice. So earth palm is an amazing way for us to feel the potent energy of earth. Keep the knees bent, take a deep breath. As you exhale, let the arms straighten and turn the palms open to the side. Inhale, scoop your fingers into the earth, draw earth energy up to the sky. Keep inhaling. As you exhale, bend at the elbows and let this energy bathe you from top to bottom. Breathing slow, moving slow. When you're out of air, relax at the bottom, turn the palms out. Inhale, imagine your fingers are growing into the earth and you're collecting golden light. That golden light, as soon as you get halfway up, starts turning into sky energy, white light. When you've collected the energy, as you exhale, imagine this light is viscous and oil, massaging all the molecules from the head to the chest, to the belly, to the legs, all the way back to the earth. Last time, inhale, draw up the golden energy through the earth to the sky, all the starlight, white light, mixing in your hands, blessing your body. Now we're going to play with 3 different centers of the body, dantian. The lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian. So we'll start with taking a deep breath, filling the palms up. And as you exhale, let the hands come to the belly. Inhale, let your hands come down into water, collecting, and then touching the kidneys as you exhale. Inhale, digging your fingers back into the earth, gathering the gold energy. And as you exhale, physically and energetically touching the center of you. Inhale, fingers in the beautiful warm waters, bringing that water energy back into the kidneys as you exhale. Last one, inhaling, gathering, exhale. One more time to touch the kidneys, taking your time to be thorough about your breath, graceful in your movements. Inhaling, coming all the way around to your chest height. Exhaling here. Bringing your thumb and your index finger together. These are metal channels. We're working with the lungs. It's called the lung pump. You can stay facing forward. As I inhale, you can bring the arms back, and you want to bring them back so anatomically you're opening the rib cage for the breath. Exhale, let the hands come back together. Keep the knees bent. 2 more. Inhale, slow. Constrict your throat to control your breath. Exhale. Keep the feet soft. Keep everything circulating. No hurry. Last inhale. As you exhale, evaporating any dramas, issues, stresses. Now as you inhale, bring the fingers to touch the heart, the sternum. And as you exhale, opening, evaporating, releasing, recycling. This one's not going to be as wide. As you inhale, you're pulling in all the good energy and packing it into your heart. As you exhale, stress, anxiety, fears. Inhale, cultivating pink and red light energy, drawing it in, making a physical contact point. And then as you exhale, imagining vapor coming off of you. Now we spin the palms up, make a little window with your hands, a little triangle. Separate the hands just a little bit and look up. The knees are still bent. This is called moon palm. So your hands are up towards the moon. 3 breaths here, slow and deep. So now we're connecting to our brain, our upper dantian. Keep everything soft. And then turn the palms towards your face, one palm on top of the other, and you can just scan your Sushumna Nadi, your center channel. Let everything come down. You stay forward, I'll turn to the side. Sarpa means snake. Bend the knees, scoop the tailbone, make a wave. So after a lot of those static holds, we come back to our serpent-like animal bodies. We want to learn how to move like every creature in the forest. Now bend your knees, touch the earth, and inhale, go wide with the arms. Arms up. Imagine you're coming through water from being underneath. Curl at the top, hollow body, and exhale, dive into a pool of water. Keep the knees slightly bent when the fingers touch the ground. Inhale, arch. Reach up like you're swimming through the water, just breaking through. Curl at the top as you exhale. Keep the knees slightly bent. See if you can open up one vertebra at a time as you come down. Inhale, arch. Open the shoulders. Look up. Reach up. Swim up. Curl at the top. Hollow down. Come up to stand. You can bring the feet together. Interlace the grip. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, do a side bend for 2 breaths. So we're working the body in all kinds of different directions. Inhale up, second side. Inhale up. You can catch your wrist, take a step back with one of your feet, and take a side bend. Step forward, step back, switch the hands. So the leg that's behind, you're holding that side wrist, stretching. From here, you'll take a horse stance and you'll bring your hands to your lower back. Imagine your hands are like an iron on a shirt to take the wrinkles out. The wrinkles are in your lower back. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, side bend, forward bend, inhale, side bend, back bend. Exhale, side bend, forward bend. Go slow and put your attention into your lower back. Your healing is in your hands, literally. So let your hands be gentle, stable, and kind. Other direction. And you can go slower, you can go deeper, you can go more shallow, so keep adjusting until you find the movement that your body really wants. And then we come to Yin Goddess. So hands at the knees. This is one of my favorite places just to hang out. Like when I'm talking to people, I'll do this. So I'm letting my arm bones and my hips take a lot of this, and the rest of my body's chill. So you just kind of bounce from side to side a little bit. Bring the toes forward, straighten the legs, take a deep breath, interlace the grip, and as you exhale, come forward into a forward bend. 3 breaths here. Go ahead and come back up, nice and slow. And I want you just to watch the next transition. So it's going to be a warrior 1. I'll start from a goddess, hands at the knees. I'll pivot to one side, hand stays on the thigh. Inhale, come up. Exhale, heel in, hand on the thigh, on the back leg. So let's try it. Start in the goddess with the hands on the knees. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, pivot to one side, hand on the thigh. Inhale up, back bend. Exhale, forward bend, come to the side, push off the back knee. Inhale up, little back bend. Find your serpentine warrior 1s. And you can bring emotion into your practice. How do you feel right now? Can you let your emotions guide the way that you move your body? Come back to center. You're holding teacups. Spin them around, don't spill a drop. And as you come back around, straighten one of your legs, look towards a straight leg. So inhale, I draw in, I straighten the arms. Exhale, look towards a straight leg. Inhale, curl in, straighten the arms. Exhale, look towards a straight leg. One more time each side. Hold the ankles and come into Skandasana. So one knee bends, the other knee bends. You go from side to side. This is working the inner line of the thighs. Next time your left knee bends, we're going to come into some hip openers. So here's where you might need to adjust your mats, maybe take your blanket off. Lots of variations possible here. The idea is that you feel a stretch in your back leg. After a few breaths here, we're going to take it into a side bend. So reach your left foot is in front, so your right hand comes out. Turn your right toes to the pinky toe side and take a really lazy side bend. So this should feel nice on the side body, should be very lazy. I have somebody knocking at my window. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to stay in my practice. Bend the back knee, catch the ankle. We're going 3 breaths per lizard pose. Both hands or forearms down towards the ground. And just allow yourself to be soft. Straighten the front leg, Ardha or full Hanumanasana, or somewhere in between, whatever makes you smile. So we've cultivated a lot of heat and a lot of opening in the body. So now we do the deeper poses. You know you're in the right level of depth in these poses when you can breathe, when you feel centered. If you go too deep and it's scattering you and you can't breathe well, just know that depth is a function of time. It will happen. If you're in Hanumanasana, you can sneak your way out a little bit. If you're in half, we'll just come to frog pose. So frog is a bunch of 90-degree angles. My hips are in line with my knees. My feet are in line with my knees as well. And then you can just come forward. 3 breaths. So emotion, energy, all these things, they become trapped in our tissues. A lot of times when you do deeper physical poses, you'll feel different emotions. And this is a perfect place to digest. The practice is like a crucible that can burn away impurities, physically, emotionally. So when you find those fiery poses, know that they have a purpose. You can bring the feet in towards the hips, sneak your way out of the pose, and we'll be on the second foot. Is that the right leg? I'm gonna go with the right leg. It's the one that feels like it's stiff, so you can figure that out. This is my second time doing the sequence this morning, so everything feels open, so I'm not sure what side I should be on. So this side bend pose is a newer one for me. I take the hand out, my straight leg behind me, let my toes turn in the direction that I'm looking, and then I sag my body down. A lot of times we do poses because we want a lot of sensation. Subtle poses can do a lot as well. I do put habanero salsa on many things, and sometimes it's better for me not to use the most strong salsa on planet Earth. I'm learning about that. Let the elbow come down, catch the back foot. So always be willing to use your dimmer switch to turn up the intensity, to turn down the intensity. And that could be the intensity of your breath, the focus of your mind, or the physical depth that you're reaching. Release the back foot, lizard pose. Straighten the front leg, Hanumanasana or half Hanumanasana. When I'm in half Hanumanasana, a lot of what I find that helps me is just tractioning, pulling the heel back so I can turn my hips, So being in the pose is one thing, and finding the deliciousness is the bigger thing. So it doesn't matter what it looks like, it matters what it feels like. Keep looking for the yum. Yeah, my alignment right now would not make it into Yoga Journal magazine, but Yoga Journal magazine doesn't know how good I feel right now. Oh. Okie dokie. All right, from here, you're gonna come back around and lay on your back. Here are the back bends that I promised. So the first back bend, you wanna reach down to see if you can touch your heels. You lift your hips up, interlace your grip below the hips, and bring the hips up. So it's an easy bridge pose, 3 breaths. Lower down. Second variation, it's possible that you can hold your ankles from the beginning and then go in. If that's not possible, repeat what you just did. Either version that you're in, see if you can stay grounded through the inner edge of the foot, and imagine your knees have magnets in them and they're drawing in. There's a gentle push down with the back of my head, and I'm letting the breath lift my chest. You can come down, come into a little tuck. Just work the spine in the opposite direction as a counter pose. And you all can sit up and just watch for a second. So the next pose is going to be going to a shoulder stand and doing many possible variations. So here's how it looks. From the shoulder stand, I can just come down 1 foot, other foot. I can also play with monolimb. So I bring my hand to the middle of my sacrum. And this could be a nice psoas stretch. I want my forearm to be vertical. You can also just come into a bridge with both feet. So now you all are going to play with shoulder stand bridge variations. I'm going to watch y'all. And try to move slow. If something doesn't feel right in your wrist or your elbow, come back into the shoulder stand and make the little micro adjustment. Everything in this sequence should feel good. If it doesn't, you got to find a more creative solution. Still see if you can move a bit slower. So slow that you can feel each finger in your back. You can feel all the articulations in your legs. Yes. Take just a few more breaths to play. And then when you're done with whatever variation you're doing, you can come into halasana. Halasana is plow pose. You can do it with the legs straight. You can do it with the knees bent. You'll be here for 5 breaths. Keep your eyes closed and bring your attention to your third eye, your pituitary gland. Try to be still. Roll down 1 vertebra at a time, nice and mindful. Next pose you'll play with is called fish pose. So this is one variation you can do on the top of the head with the arms forward. If you have a lotus, you can also do it with a lotus. So find your fish pose. We'll also be here 5 very slow breaths. And after rounding the spine, this is the counter pose to open the throat. If you feel like you need a deeper variation, bring your teeth together. Stretch the fascia of the neck. Go ahead and come forward to Paschimottanasana. Just a standard forward bend. and let it be soft and lazy. So if you have certain yoga alignment of grabbing the toes or doing anything that's a fixed, rigid way, see if you can just allow softness. Let your eyes close and just be in a still, soft, and chi generating state. Take a deep breath as you come back up. And a few more finishing poses in the seated sequence. One is cow face. So bring one knee on top of the other. Bring the feet in as close as you can. Whatever leg is on top, that arm is on top. See if you can make connection with the hands. If you can't, you can use a towel, a t-shirt. If this pose is relatively comfortable for you, you can let your head invite the top arm to go back a bit. Release the arms, take the fun spin around. Hopefully it made you smile. Whatever leg is on top, that arm is on top. This is my fun side. I don't have bad sides, I just have fun sides. So I'm addressing an asymmetry in my right arm. I broke my right arm when I was 16, and it's never been the same. So I'm being patient. I'm sending breath and kindness to my right shoulder. And release. Agistambhasana. So place your shins on top of each other like they're two logs of fire. Place the hands on the feet. Feet are flexed. So set it up in an active way first. And then you can do face massage. So there's lots of possibilities here. I like temple circles as one. I'm also letting my elbows sink into my feet and my calf. I'm doing the very advanced beard asana, beard scrub. You ladies can't do this one. A little known fact, in Washington, it's illegal to get a beard trim for COVID reasons. So that's part of the reason why this shit is so big. Change sides. Each state has such different laws as to what you're allowed to and not allowed to do. Some other ones you can do are fixed points in the eye socket with the thumbs. You can also just circle your scalp. So let your head teach you. Okay, one more seated pose. And this is a half-bound lotus Paschimottanasana. If this doesn't work for you, you can do a tree variation. If this does work for you, grab the foot, flex the big toe so you have a little hook to grab onto, and come forward. 3 breaths. Second side. You can see the finish line. It looks a lot like a Shavasana. All right, now we're gonna recline. So lay back. With your right hand, grab onto your big toe, left hand on your thigh, Padangustasana. So I'm pulling down with my arm strength and I'm sitting up with my ab strength. 3 breaths. And then come off to the side As you come off to the side, let the left arm come up so you can stretch out your psoas. Stretch through your left heel like you're standing on the floor, and then bend your right arm. Get that leg closer. Come up, switch to the outer edge of the foot, take a twist, and come over with the left leg. Pardon me, right leg. Look towards the right hand, and same thing, stand up through that left leg heel, stretch through. Second side. Left hand, left big toe, right hand on the thigh. A little bit of activation here. A little bit of yang energy. Come off to the side with the foot, stretch the right arm up, bend the left arm, pull that leg in. Find length on the right side. Left leg up and over, catch the pinky toe side, revolve twists. Those of you that are going to come to the Saturday Solar Asana class, we do the same sequence standing. So there is crossover between the lunar and the solar poses. Come back to happy baby, 3 breaths. And when your baby's happy enough, you can put him to bed in a Shavasana. So you've earned it. We've got 11 minutes left in the class. If you ever need to leave early, I never get offended. But if you can take some time to receive the benefits of your practice, this is one of the ways you can do that.